Hello everyone, and welcome to the next playthrough on the edit list, Spyro the Dragon. Now this is a game I've got a lot of childhood with. Now of course, this is an emulator.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
But, you know, I've got like 5 copies of this game. I really love Spyro the Dragon. It's a great game, very great game, and I'm happy to be playing it. Ugh.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the 5 worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Gnorc is a simple creature.
Simple?
He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. That does it!
Looks like I got some things to do.
So, Spyro is a very young dragon, and is very small. So this Ganasty Gnorc has taken all of these other dragons and turned them into crystal. He missed Spyro because, well, Spyro's such a shrimp.
Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world. Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Gnorc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
So, yeah. The main thing about this game is saving all the dragons. Now, of course, they're not the only collectibles around. We've got gems, and these are going to be our, well, not the most important collectible, but they're pretty darn important for what we need to do. And we are going to need them to get to certain worlds, I believe. Now, not only will you be finding gems laid across the floor, you'll also get them from defeating enemies, as Nasty Gnorc has created these Gnorcs out of gems. Lovely. Now, the gem values are, I believe, red is 1, green is 2, blue is 5, yellow is 10, and the rare purple gems are 25. And I believe if you press select, yes, we'll get the values for each level. There are 4 dragons in this one, and 100 gems. So it's a lot. And it only gets bigger. Your health bar and your way of collecting gems the most efficiently is Sparks, the little dragonfly that's flying around you. He takes about 3 hits before going kablooey. And I think this dragon actually tells you all about that. Delbin.
Where's Nasty Gnorc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
Well, if all things go well, then I won't have to show you what it means. But we all know I'm gonna be getting hit here a lot because I'm not great at games. But I have been playing Spyro for years. Oh, here's the thing. If ever you're low on health, just grab a butterfly from these sheep and other small creatures. They're called fodder. Isn't that nice? Now, every level is not so much a linear area as it is a big open world that, you know, has plenty of collectibles to search in. Now, it is somewhat linear. There is a set path to go through from beginning to the end, and there is a set determined end point to each level. Now, it's not as expansive as later games in the series can be, but it's big enough. And some of the levels are made specifically to show just how, you know, large the areas can be on a PlayStation 1. Spyro was always one of my was always my most favorite between it and Crash Bandicoot. And now I love me some Crash Bandicoot, and I can't wait for the remasters to come out.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
I'm not gonna let all of these dragons talk because, quite frankly, they don't really deserve it, but, you know, it's nice to have them there. And not every dragon has unique dialogue. You're gonna get a lot of, thank you for releasing me's. Oh, also, Spyro's got a dodge roll. I don't think this ever comes back in later games because it's not really needed. Also, extra life. Breaking one of those purple containers will net you an extra life. Department of Redundancy Department. In terms of move list, Spyro can charge and he can breathe fire, and that's all he needs to do attack-wise. He can glide by, as the dragon said, pressing the jump button while in midair. You can slow down your glide, and you can stop completely by charging. There's no hover technique that's introduced in 2. I need to commit that to memory. Now every world, to get to the next world, you need to talk to a balloonist. This one's Marco. You've got to rescue certain dragons to use this balloon. But, well, a certain amount of dragons, I should say. This stipulation changes for each world. Sometimes you've got to collect a certain amount of gems. Sometimes you've got to collect a certain amount of dragon eggs. And that's a collectible that will be shown very soon in one of the next levels.
Cool Flash, do that again.
The Artisans boss is through a portal in the Dragon Mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro. First you must complete one of the other Artisan lands.
So yes, as that guy said, the only way to fight the boss of this area is to beat at least one level. Don't get used to that stipulation, because no other world except for the final one ever uses it again. And even then, when the final one uses it, it's not so much, oh, you have to complete these certain levels. It's that every level has to be done in order. Because once you beat one level, the next one opens up, yada yada yada. So now that we've completed all of the, all of the Artisan homeworld, let's go to the first level we can, Town Square. I think this was the demo level, found in Crash 3. Demos. The fodder's not always going to be sheep. As you can see here, sometimes it's chickens, sometimes it'll be lizards, and so on and so forth. Water. Do not fall in water. Spyro has absolutely no swimming skill whatsoever. Kinda sucks. But, whatever.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
Ah, yes. A time before right analog sticks. Terrifying. The music in this game is composed by, Stuart Copeland, the drummer of the Police. The band Police. I absolutely love the soundtracks in Spyro. They are delicious. They're just so good. Oh, and I guess while it's not important at the moment, I should state that if you do die and, respawn, all of the enemies in the area will respawn as well. But if you've gotten the gems from them, I probably should shut up. Yeah, this guy tells you get the longest glide by pressing X at the top of your jump. About like 7 other guys tell you this, so, you know, that's great. Ow. But, whenever you die and come back, you, all the enemies will respawn, but you'll have gotten their gems. So instead, what comes out of them are small, teeny tiny orbs. If you collect a certain amount of these orbs, then you'll get an extra life. Sometimes the game will be like, alright, just here's an extra life. And it will just toss one out to you instead of one of the small orbs whenever you kill an enemy. Those are pretty rare though. But I think they spawn a bit more frequently if you're low on lives. Anyway, metal crates. These can only be opened by charging. Wooden crates can be opened by charging or using your fire breath.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
But yeah, that's our next collectible. Dragon eggs. There are not that many, and I think they stopped spawning by the second world. So, you know. Fuck. Alright. Well, I guess enemies don't respawn. No, they don't respawn when they're in the same area as when you respawn, I think. Or no, they could all just be totally gone. Alright, well if you come back to a stage for whatever reason, they'll, you know, they'll drop little tiny orbs. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I haven't played this game in a while. But it's always a blast to go through. So yeah, I kind of glossed over it because I killed him while talking, but yeah, that guy in blue was a thief. They're not usually too big of a deal. There's only like one level where they are absolute assholes, but you know, that's due to the level itself, not so much them. By the way, here's Thor.
Thank you for releasing me.
And it begins. Oh, these are special things. You gotta blow fire on them multiple times. Is that the last one? It is. Is that all the dragons? It is. So now you can exit the level, and you'll get all the stuff along with it. But don't get too much into the habit of doing that. If you're right by the end of the level, just get to the end of the level. Because there is a special gate that, you know, that opens. There is a special gate that lets you go in. To, you know, like, legitimately exit the level. The reason why I'm harping on that so badly is because the Nasty Nork levels require you to finish the, you know, to reach that goal and exit through that exit portal. And if you don't do that, then you're not going to be exiting through, you're not going to be continuing on with the rest of the world. You have to hit those exit points. Even if you've already technically completed the level 100%. Speaking of 100%, yes, I will be getting everything. I'll be going for everything, and oh boy, that last little gem is going to kill me, I swear. But let's not worry too much about that now, because that's for later. So this is one of my more favorite levels, definitely a very memorable one in the game, as it starts you off pretty small. Not a very big, expansive world at first. And then you're introduced to the higher area in the level, and you've got so much to explore. Lindar.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
You're right, I don't. I totally didn't drown in that previous level. But yeah, these points are checkpoints, and they also let you save the game. Yay! You can also listen to what a dragon has to say. You know, if you wanted to hear their lovely, lovely lines again. Thank you for releasing me! Oh, no, I don't want to go here just yet. There's something down below that I want to explore. But, oh man. Feels so good to play this game. And here's the exit.
After you freed all the dragons,
Adjustments.
fancy vortex thingamajigger, it'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
Another neat thing to note is that, as there are many worlds in the game, there are actually many different types of dragons. And it's actually kind of neat to see the, different types of dragons, in the different worlds. And you can and will see, like, some dragons from previous worlds and later ones, some dragons from later worlds and previous ones, and, once you notice that detail, it is really, really neat to look back at the, just how interesting and the attention to detail is. I did not mean to go up that early. Please stop. These little swirlies will, take you up to an area.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color...
You already told me. I'm not gonna let all of them talk. If they're gonna tell me something I've already heard, then they can just go screw themselves. Unless it's thank you for releasing me, in which case, gotta hear that. Gotta always hear that. Oh, by the way. Oh. I thought I could drown in that. I thought there was one I could drown in, my bad. Here's the other part of this area. Oh! One thing to also note about enemies is that I'm pretty sure every enemy will have a taunt after they hit you, in which case you can use that to retaliate and get some damage in. So that way you're not always, on the defense. If there's one slight complaint I can make about this game, is that sometimes Sparks takes a bit too long to eat a butterfly, which, that can be a little bit annoying. I do not know if I'll be able to finish this entire world in one part, but I can, give it a good old honest try. Yeah. Press X at the top of the jump. I get it. Don't talk to me. So anyway, here's the expansive grassland. Oh. Alright. That was the expansive grassland. I hope you all enjoyed it. Nope, don't do that, Spyro. But yeah, while this is a very, very expansive area on the, top of the world, it's still, you're not free to explore everything. There will always be these. But even then, it's like, man, look at the background. It's so beautiful. Very green. Okay, maybe it's not the most beautiful thing in the world, but come on. I love the background in Spyro games. Just, in general, the backgrounds look nice and relaxing. That's what Spyro really is to me. It's a relaxing game. It's not my favorite type of game, but I can always go back to Spyro 1 in particular and just relax. Now, it's not my favorite Spyro game. That would probably go to 2, despite its issues. But those issues are, they don't stop me from loving the game. But Spyro 1 is always gonna have a soft spot for me. or I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for the game, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Is that everything? Nope. Oh, there we go. Yep, I believe that's everything. Let's just exit the level because it's going to take forever to get to the end portal. That's always nice to see. Now I could fight that boss, but I think there's one more full stage for us waiting. Or waiting for us. Dark Hollow. Now this is a good stage. It's short, it's simple, but it's so good. I always love nighttime levels in video games. It's just something nice about them. Man, I remember when I was small, when I was young, this thing looked so big. Also, nice attention to detail. This stage also introduces enemies that, you know, can't be defeated by just, you know, fire breathing them or charging into them.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escaped.
I think this guy talks about them.
Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
He does explain one half of it. Yes, metal armor, any enemy wearing something that looks silver, will stop them from fire breath. Or, you know, they could just ignore the metal. See? Now these guys will, like, put the shield away to strike you, and you can fire breathe at them then, but you can also charge at them at any time, and you'll always get them. Big guys can't be charged, don't even try. But fire breath will always knock them down. Now what happens when you deal with a big guy with that also wears silver armor? Well, then you're gonna have to get a little creative. In fact, this stage also introduces that type of enemy. Now I'm gonna have to go back a little bit in order to go and see them, but we'll see them. Oh, that's right, triangle. Triangle stops you immediately. Anyway, here we go. These guys. They can't hurt you. You can't hurt them from the front. But you can hurt them from the back. See? This is really, really good game design right here. It's something that I'll always love from Spyro, is that it starts you off, you know, simple, and it teaches you, you know, how you're supposed to go through the game. It teaches you these things without you having to listen to the, you know, the other dragons speak. Now, they are there to tell you what to do if you need the help.
Want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Let me press the secret triangle button. It's not a first-person view, but, you know, it's useful enough. I'd be wary about the sort of water if it can glow, you know. I wouldn't drink from that. It's kind of weird to see this, you know, these small caves when these are dragon homeworlds and, you know, dragon areas. Why would they make the things so small? Well, then again, granted, they're not super duper small, but like the caves in particular, like, you know, you gotta lower their heads some in order to enter them, but, you know, whatever. So long as it works for them, I guess. You know, I'm not one to judge. I think this also does not have very many gems. The stage, I mean. Oh, that's right, there's the chest that I need to get. Darius.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
This game really likes to call them Gnorcs. Gnasty Gnorc. So yeah, this is a very small area when you go back and look at it. Like, we started here, and it was not even that long, just like a couple seconds. So some chests do need keys, as we showed through this stage and the previous one. The keys are located in a different part of the stage. Go find them, and then open the chest. And return home. So I think Dark Hollow is supposed to be the first stage that you're meant to go to, because it's so small and short and it doesn't have as many collectibles. But you know, I don't do things in order. So now there's 2 more stages that we have to go through in order to complete the homeworld. Here's the boss, which I think... Please get on the thing. There we go. I think the dragon will say something different now.
Cool, Flash. Do that again.
The Artisans boss is through a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
Yep, he says something different. That's a nice attention to detail. So now we're confronting Toasty. Water. It's delicious. So a new type of enemy. These guys are assholes. They are the first, like, actually difficult enemies to deal with. Now, there are many ways to deal with them, but they always take 2 hits. You can dodge roll out of the way, or if you're fast, you can just jump and hit them. Be sure to get the jump on them before they can do so to you. These guys are not the easiest enemies to deal with. But if you're quick on the draw, you can deal with them without too much issue. Just, you know, be careful. There are many of them, and it only takes a few hits for you to die. You also don't get very many fodder chances in this area. So yeah, boss level is actually the first, you know, pretty challenging area in the game. Ow! See what I mean? These guys are assholes. Now, there's only this one dragon here, but, yeah.
Nasty Gnorc has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the artisan world.
Bring him on. I think I smell a barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
Well, one trick, I'd say, and it's not even that big gameplay-wise. But here he is. This guy creeped me the fuck out back in the day. But as you saw right there, he's got a sheep inside of him. Or rather, he is the sheep. So I guess there aren't any fodder chances in this area. But yeah. The boss worlds are more or less miniature levels. And anytime you defeat a boss, you get a heap of gems. So that's a nice. However, we're not quite done with the Artisan homeworld. There's a neat little trick here that you don't learn until the 3rd world of the game. I think. It's either the 3rd world or a level in the 2nd one. Either way... Oh yeah, it's a level in the 2nd world, my bad. No, it is the 3rd world. That's right. I completely forgot about the second world of the game. Wow. I've been talking about third worlds and second worlds, completely just forgetting one. Anyway, Sunny Flight. This is the first of Speedway. Well, technically, flight level. It's not called Speedway until the second game. So here, you've gotta destroy certain targets before time runs out. In this one, you've gotta destroy barrels, biplanes, chests, and gates. Simple. This one's a very, very simple one to beat. All of the things are secluded into their own areas. Trust me though, it gets a lot harder as the game goes on. These are actually, in my honest opinion, the most difficult parts of this game. Figures that they'd be the mainstay of the series, am I right? But yeah, this is the only time in the entire game that you get to fly, barring one level that we won't be seeing till very, very late in the game. Now, you don't have to get everything in order. You can, swap out between, each category of things to destroy. And you don't have to redo any, bits of destruction. So you can make a pit stop in the gates to destroy the biplanes. And then you can continue on with your work. So this first part was filled with lots of explanations. Oh, and one more thing. Even if you do get all of the things to get all of the gems, unless you can do it all in one go, you will not get the final, bonus amount of gems. So in order to get complete 100%, you've got to do a perfect run. So good luck with that. It's not the easiest. I also didn't explain how to open this up. You just gotta step on every single stone once. Yeah. We did this world all in one part. That's nice. I can definitely work with that. So, Marco the Balloonist will be taking us to the next world, the Peacekeepers. But we won't be doing that until the next part. So, until then, guys, I'll see you all next time.